What's up, guys? I am Jazzy Denise. This is JazzyDeniseTV. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, you guys, we are going to be coloring my hair so I can show you guys how I got these cute 90s type highlights in my hair. If you guys are interested in the process, go ahead and keep on watching. We about to get right into it. Alright, so let's get started. I am going to show you guys how I sectioned off my hair. I parted the hair in half horizontally, so I won't be coloring the bottom at all. I did 3 big sections at the bottom, and then I did 3 little sections at the top. These sections at the top will be very important later, but for now we're going to go ahead and take our 30 volume developer and our bleach, and we are going to start coloring the hair. So my ratio of bleach to developer was 2 scoops of bleaching powder and just enough developer poured in to get it to a creamy, semi-runny consistency. I don't want it to be like thick and I don't want it to be too loose. It's literally that moment where you pull the brush out and the bleach mixture is kind of stretching, but it's not falling. You want it to be loose enough to coat all the strands, but you don't want it to be so thick that it just sits on top of the hair. You want it to penetrate. Okay, so I'm starting off by bleaching the 2 front pieces that I sectioned off because I want those to be a very light blonde overall. So we want to do those first so they can process longer. Once we have those 2 pieces done, I'm going to move on to my middle section in the back. First, I'm going to put all of my hair in a ponytail at the bottom so we don't bleach that. And then I'm going to section off that middle piece into 2 sections horizontally, clip that top half up. And now this is where we need to pay attention. I'm going to section that piece into 3 sections, okay? And I'm only going to bleach that middle section. I'm going to leave the 2 outer sections alone, and I'm just going to bleach that middle section. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the sectioning with that top piece. I will separate them again into 3 pieces, but instead of doing the middle section, I'm going to bleach the 2 outer sections, and you'll see that in a moment. Alright, so I'm going to take the top piece down and section it into 3 pieces. I'm only going to clip up the middle piece and I'm going to bleach the 2 outer pieces. So basically what I'm trying to do is create a sectioning effect, right? So it'll be black piece, blonde piece, black piece, blonde piece, almost like blocks. And I want to do that because I want it to be really chunky. I don't want these to be like an ombre or like a full head of color. I really want it to show through as highlights. So this seemed like the easiest way for me to get that look. Make sure as you're applying the bleach, you're making sure to really comb through those sections. Make sure that bleach get on every strand. You don't want it just sitting on the outer pieces of hair that you're putting it on. You want to get up in there. Open it up, separate it, look to see if there's any dark spots. If there is, get some bleach and slap it on there. Make sure it gets really saturated in all of those strands. We are trying to make an even tone here, so really work it in and through. Take your time with this. did the same method for all three of those sections, and I bleached the top pieces last that I had sectioned off at the top. You want to make sure that all of your pieces right in the front are even. That's really going to give you that good look that you're wanting with this. Here's just a quick comparison showing you the last piece of hair that was bleached compared to the first piece of hair that was bleached. It's processing really fast, but we want to give it a little more time to make sure that those later bleached pieces get processed good. So here is the hair nice and washed out. I let it sit on the hair for maybe about 30 more minutes. I didn't want to over process the earlier bleached pieces, but it's looking really good so far. I am going to let it air dry, and then I'm going to go back in for a second bleaching and also a coloring as well. Here I was just kind of checking to see what I liked, what I wanted more of. I realized I wanted more blonde in the front. I wanted it to be lighter, and I also wanted more color in the back. I feel like it was too dark right up there in that middle, so I did go back in and bleach a little piece right in the middle. I will explain to you my sectioning in a moment. For now, let's jump into this color. So the color I will be using is the Cinnamon 58 by Adore, and I'm also going to be using bleach as well. Instead of 30 volume developer, we will be using 40 volume developer this time because I want the bleach to process a little bit faster, and we want it to be a little bit looser in consistency while applying as well. All right, so as far as sectioning, all of the pieces I have clipped off are pieces that will be bleached. Any open blonde pieces most likely will get color on them. I'm kind of picking and choosing where I want the color to be. The key is wherever you apply the color or the bleach on one side of the head, try to apply it in the exact same spot on the other side of the head. So we don't have to be precise with this because at the end of the day, it's all going to blend beautifully regardless. It's just for the look that I was going for. I tried to be as exact as I could with my placement. So just keep that in mind. And just so you know, the piece that is twisted in the back, I didn't want to touch it all. So I just twisted that up to keep it out of my way. What the cinnamon color is going to do is kind of add a nice burgundy red undertone to the hair. So that's why I'm adding it on the bleached pieces because I don't want it to be as dark as the black. I just wanted to kind of give it more dimension. That's basically what that cinnamon color is going to do. So we're going to have like some brown pieces. We're going to have some light blonde pieces. We're going to have some platinum blonde pieces. And we're also going to have some reddish brown pieces. That's just what this color adds to it. All right, so moving into bleach territory. So like I said earlier, I felt like I needed more blonde in this. So I am going in and bleaching some more black pieces. But as far as bleaching blonde pieces, again, I'm only bleaching blonde pieces that are put in the clip. I do not want to over bleach all of the pieces because again, that is going to add to the dimension. We will have some yellow blonde pieces. We will have some platinum blonde pieces. We'll have some light brown pieces, some dark brown pieces. It's all just going to look oh so good once everything is finished. As you can see, here are some pieces that I'm re-bleaching. I'm foiling and some I'm not. The only reason I'm doing that is because the ones that I do foil, I want them to process a little bit faster. And most likely it's black hair. The pieces that I'm leaving out probably are blonde, and I just don't want it to get too hot and over process. Okay, I was basically trying to tell you guys I bleached 7 more sections, and here is the difference between the blonde and the color that I applied with the cinnamon. And I'm just going to let this sit for probably about 30 minutes, and once it's done, I'm going to wash it out. I let it air dry, and this is what it looked like the next day. Do you guys see that good dimension? It looks so good. I am so happy I added that extra bleach piece in the middle in the back. It just worked out beautifully. So go ahead and keep on watching. I am about to install this wig. Alright, so my face is beat. Here is the wig, and I got my straight backs ready to get put up. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure the wig is sitting how I want it to. And yes, I thought it was cute. So let's clip this hair back to get it out the way. I am going to be using Bold Hold Lace Glue, and I'm not applying the glue to my edges at all. I'm just going to apply it right in front of my hairline, and I'm going to use my glue stick to just kind of mold it in. And then I'm going to use Got To Be Glue spray it all over my actual hairline, and blend that in with the Bold Hold Lace Glue. I have a whole detailed video on this that I just posted on my YouTube channel. The link will be provided above and below in the description if you guys want a detailed explanation on how I apply my wigs these days. I like to do 2 layers of each, the glue and the Got To Be spray. I just think that gives me the best hold for at least a week and a half to 2 weeks. And it's easy to take off when I'm ready to take it off without all of that gookiness getting all over my wig. Now, I will say applying my glue using this method does make my wig sit a tad bit lower than my hairline, but it hasn't been too bad to me. It doesn't look weird in my opinion, so I'm fine with it. But you know, you do what works best for you, boo. So I'm going to do the same technique for each section. Outline my hairline with the glue, then use the Got To Be Glue spray, blend them in really nicely, and I'm going to do 2 coats per side. Now, I did not record all of that for timing purposes, but that is what I did. 2 coats on each part. I applied glue and Got To Be spray. Once I have the wig laying in place, this is how I like to spot check to see where some more glue needs to be. I just softly pull up on the front, and any part that lifts, I go back in with just a dot of glue in that area. I take my glue stick and rub it in, and then I just lay it down with some more spray. It's just the same technique. I just use minimal amounts instead of a large amount. And now for all of our favorite parts, it is time for the baby hairs. We are just going to take our mousse, put it all over our edges, take our edge comb, and comb those baby hairs into place. I don't know how to explain it. I say that every single video. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing with my little finger technique and my swoop technique with the comb and the brush situation. Go ahead and look into that. Yeah. After a little bit more Got To Be spray to make sure everything's set in place, I'm going to use one of those rapid strips and tie down my edges and make sure it's all dry. And once it is, we are going to cut those strips off and reveal those beautiful swirly baby hairs. Really really quick, before we wrap this video up, I do want to announce to you guys that this wig will be available for purchase soon on prettycouturehaircollection.com. I will be offering it in 3 lengths: a 14-inch bob, a 20-inch, and a 24-inch. It'll come in 3 standard sizes, 3 prices. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I made this color myself and I enjoyed making it. It came out so perfect and so neat. I love it. Until the next one, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Jazzy Denise TV, because we be lit over here on Jazzy Denise TV. I love you guys. I do hope you be beautiful. And until the next video, bye guys.